Hello, friends. When we prepare for a golf shot, we bias, and maintaining that bias is very important. Now, it's not easy, and if you lose that bias of the arm and shoulder complex, then one of the features that will occur is not only do they change, but you tend to tip your head down. And if you think of the golf swing as a giant wagon wheel leaning on the wall behind you and having the front edge be on the target line where the ball is, if you've tipped yourself down at the end of your backswing by unbiasing your arms, it tends to steepen the swing. The club is higher up the wall behind you and it will be nearer to your feet and deeper in front of you. And that's where shots where you hit fat, which is the term meaning you hit the turf first and deeply before the ball, and hit the ball on the toe and out to the right, very often comes from. Now, the reverse of that is that when you're working assiduously to not only bias but maintain it, I talked about a bucket, there's a tendency in the second half of the backswing to lift your shoulder in an effort to accomplish that. Now, a good mental image about how you should turn is to have the club in the crook of your elbows behind your back and turn the left end down toward the imaginary ball and then the right end down. That's the turn of the shoulders that we're looking for, a 90-degree turn. Often I encourage people to do it, although fictional, before they're above their waist. Now, if you lift the shoulder as a variant of turn, and perhaps because you're working so assiduously to control the arm bias, then I call that prying the lid. If you pry the lid off this cylinder, then you end up with a flatter swing lower down behind you, which wants to come around farther from your feet and above the ground. That hits the interior corner of the club, what they call the hosel, and that also goes low and to the right. So it's a bit confusing. That one will be notable because it tends to clunk in your hand and spin the club. So it can, both of those elements, those prying of the lid or unbiasing of the arms, can lead to a ball that goes low and to the right.